Glad to have you back. It's the Business Daily right here on Trust Television. Of course, like that teaser we gave you before that break there. Today is World Engineering Day. I want to look at the role of this very critical sector in the development of Nigeria and, of course, the world as well. I have joining me from Lagos, the chairman of Nigerian Society of Engineers Ikeja Branch, Hajia Nimot Muili. She joins me virtually from Lagos. Good morning, Hajia. Ramadan Mubarak.
Good morning. Thank you. Good morning, Yusuf. Thank you for having me, and happy World Engineering Day.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Let's begin by looking at the importance of today. What is the importance of today to the engineering practice in Nigeria and indeed by extension around the world?
Thank you very much. The World Engineering Day is a day that was proclaimed by the UNESCO in 2019. And since then, the World Federation of Engineering has led the UNESCO in this commemoration of today in celebrating and emphasizing the need for sustainable development. As you allude to that, the engineers play critical role in nation building, economic development, and also in various sectors. So we do a lot of resource consumption, and it affects various aspects of our lives. Looking at the 17 sustainable development goals. So the essence of today is to ensure that we actualize the aim and objective of the sustainable development goal. One of it that the Nigerian sector of engineers is focusing on is responsible consumption. And before today, we've been partnering with various organizations to look at various resources used in execution of engineering projects and production. So that's a summary of the importance of today to ensure that engineering business, engineering production, engineering practice are done sustainably.
Indeed, talking about engineering practice doing so well sustainably, that is a question that many may not want to agree with you whether we've done so well or not. What is your assessment of the performance of Nigerian engineers over the years? They are responsible for construction, building, and so many other things. But you, of course, you are the peak of one of those at the peak of your career. You know some of the challenges that we have faced. Can you highlight it and see how that can be addressed?
Okay, so I will say the Nigerian engineers, against all odds, has performed significantly well. And one of the organizations that I just mentioned, the World Federation of Engineering, we've had what we currently have one of our past presidents leading this organization. I mean, for us to have been able to rise to this rank, it shows that we know our onions. There might be challenges, there might be, amidst the challenges, there are opportunities. Then when you talk in terms of policy, engineers have been involved in policy making. For example, I'll take instance of Lagos State as an instance where I'm domiciled and the Ikeja Branch. Through our various divisions and branches, we work together with governments to ensure that building collapse, for example, is addressed. At the Ikeja Branch, we educate both professionals in terms of capacity, both professionals and young engineers. So in commemorating this day, for example, it's not just about today alone, it's about all we do throughout the year. We've initiated policies, we've done capacity developments, we've also produced, for example, the infrastructure scorecard that assesses the current state of our infrastructure, both at the Lagos State level and at the national level. So we have our challenges and we are surmounting it and also contributing to the nation development. So, I hope that addresses so that I don't run through your other question that you want to ask me.
Okay, Haja. Let's also look at the role of engineers in economic development. There's a relationship, symbiotic relationship between engineers and, of course, economic development. You just made mention of infrastructure. Can you tell us how much you have done as a branch and, of course, by extension, national, in helping to shape the economic development of Nigeria?
Okay, so part of what we have done is using, I'll say, one of the sustainable goals, which is collaboration. We're a not-for-profit organization, and we collaborate with both governments and the public and the private sector. Of recent, we just signed an MOU with Domalong for local capacity development. We have the resources here, and we believe that it can be done, and we're doing it. So we signed an MOU with Domalong at the national level, amongst other MOU. This year, for example, we're looking at the blue economy, growing the blue economy of, making the blue economy sustainable. We are partnering with the Nigerian Navy. So those are some of the areas in which we partner and we contribute to the economic development. And in terms of policy making as well, we've sent some recommendation to the National Assembly for implementation. Those I can't really remember offhand now, but in terms of partnership, we are very heavy on partnership. And at the Ikeja, at the branch, for example, we've partnered with Peter Construction, we've been to Afri Medical. I mean, a few of those organizations, let me just mention. Why we're going to this organization is to ensure that we support them in terms of ease of doing business. We've been to some of this industry where the access to the factories are not accessible. And if the access to the factory is not available, it reduces the ease of doing business. So we look at it, we make recommendation. Then even at the secondary level, in terms of the young to be engineers, we enlighten them on the importance of engineering, looking and using the acronym STEAM education, that's science, technology, engineering, arts. We've included arts now and mathematics to stir their interest in solving their immediate environment. So one of the programs that we do is the Innovative Fair, Innovation and Creativity. We bring them together to look at the problems within their environment, to solve it, and to also make it scalable and marketable. So not only to solve the problem, but to also make them entrepreneurs and creators of jobs and opportunities. So those are some of the things we do at both the national and the local level. We're also heavy on training. Currently, I mean, you might say I'm at the peak of my career, but I'm also undergoing training to ensure that I have the requisite skill to meet the current and the future need. And today also, we're going to partner with the Engineers Without Border to explore the global responsibility compass, which is the skill that enables engineers and professionals to know more about material consumption and responsible consumption in implementing engineering projects.
Interesting there, Ajia. You're doing quite a whole lot. But let's look at the area of training. How much of it are you doing? Because they have been concerned about so many quacks in the engineering practice. Are you doing training, organizing training for them? How do you separate the quacks from the real engineers?
Okay, so like I mentioned, that we're very heavy on partnership. Yeah. Currently, we're doing digital transformation training. I mean, I might be a fellow, but there is also a need for us to continually train. So in terms of eliminating quackery, we have this the Engineering Regulation Monitoring Committee that monitors implementation of engineering projects, also certifying that the people that call themselves engineers are actually registered with the Nigerian Set of Engineers and the Council for the Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria. And recently, Current also has expanded its area of coverage. So NSE worked together with Current to regulate engineering practice and project implementation. And it has expanded to aviation, the maritime industry, and various aspects. So the quacks we're trying to control by ensuring that we make the process of registering with the Nigerian Set of Engineers and other regulatory bodies like Current. We work hand in hand to put process in place to monitor project implementation, to develop skills for both Nigeria and the expatriates and various cadre of membership, both young, corporate and fellow, and that's why I, as a fellow, am also undergoing training, because it's a continuous process of learning to ensure that we are up to date with our skills to meet the current and future needs of our engineering profession. And that's SDG 17, one of the SDG goals that we're also advocating and commemorating today.
Indeed, they have also spoken to some engineers who say the condition for you to become a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineer, or COREN, are somehow stringent. Maybe you can take us through some of the conditions required for them to become members.
Okay, so for you to become a member, there are various routes. We have the route for the graduates. We have, if you have a bachelor's degree, or you have like HND, or you have an engineer, a degree that is para engineering. We have the one for corporate, we have the one for associates. Then for you to be a corporate member, you must have undergone at least 4 years postgraduate experience. So it's not like you have just coming out from school. And one of the things I will quickly just chip into in terms of what we've contributed to engineering and engineering professional is, recently we submitted a bill for engineering graduates to be employed at certain level, level 10. We discussed that both at federal and state level. So for you to now become a corporate member, you must have had 4 years postgraduate experience, continuously practice, and you must document this, you must show this, and this must be signed by your supervisor. Then you now go through the exam processes, both written, oral, interview, to become a corporate member. After that, for you to become a fellow like I am, you must have been practicing engineering at least in a span of a minimum of 5 years, and also contributing to the society. So it's not that it's stringent, but it's a process that encourages you to continuously practice and also contribute to the engineering profession, so that the issue of quackery can be eliminated, as well as maybe shoddy jobs, or let's call unqualified jobs in project implementation. Then, as a member, my current training, I'm signing on my platform as a financial up-to-date member. So it's not just for you to pass the exam, but you must also be actively engaged in the engineering practice. And that's why it's one of these training. It's a free training for me as a member, because it's one of my benefits as a member of the society. So that's a nutshell. Then if you are also a para-engineering degree, like maybe you have geophysics or something in that regard, or computer science, you can be an associate, because you're still in the tech space, and there are also processes to do that.
Right.
So any qualification you have, either directly as a degree holder, PNG or BSc, or a para-engineering degree, there are various processes, but you must show competency in your course of studies, and you must be continually contributing to daily engineering and to the society as well. So I think that summarizes that. And you can also explore websites. Just type Nigerian Society of Engineers, and you will get more information. Then, depending, branches are spread. We are over 100 branches, both in Nigeria and also in diaspora, because you understand engineers are moving around, moving out of Nigeria, and also operating with Nigeria. So we have branches in Manchester, Houston, Canada. So irrespective of where you are, you can actually contribute and also become a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. So how that help? But most importantly, please explore our website, check a branch that is close to you, and we'll be very happy to welcome you on board.
All right, Ajia, as we wrap up the conversation now, I'm sure some engineers will actually listen to what you said, and of course make attempt to see how they can become member of the various engineering society. As we wrap up now, today is a very special day for you as an engineer, not just as an engineer, but as someone who is doing well in the engineering sector in Nigeria, and of course by extension around the world. Tell us how special is today, and of course the programs of event that you have to commemorate this day.
indeed, especially like I said. So across our various branches, like how I'm having my awareness and media interview now, there are virtually most of our branches also doing same. Then later this afternoon, the Ikeja branch will be having a webinar. We are collaborating with Engineers Without Border, the UK, by extension the South Africa and the Nigerian team as well, to explore the global responsibility compact that empowers engineers and professionals to see how we can ensure that we practice engineering and execute engineering projects in a sustainable way. And I mean by ensuring that we conserve our limited resources in terms of time, human resources, and also expand our capacity, and also check that we are not consuming resources beyond the planetary boundary. The planetary boundaries are boundaries which we must stay to ensure that we keep the temperature, the global temperature, lower than 1.5 degrees. Some do say that in Africa that we not really explore so much in terms of industrialization. But even if we have not explored that, I think it will be very important for us all to know that to achieve that, we must stay within certain limits by ensuring that we execute our project in a sustainable way, yet creative and innovative. So we'll be having that webinar today. And maybe other branches as well are also having that training. And on Thursday, there'll be a monthly general meeting as well. We'll be having a Safe by Design program. So those are some of the programs, aside the industrial visit that we have conducted in the past few days, to liaise with industry to collaborate in actualizing the SDG 17, which is ensuring that we collaborate and no one is left behind, including you, the media personality. So one of it is where I'm reducing my carbon by not traveling to Abuja. So I reduce my carbon footprint. Yeah, so we're using technology to reduce our carbon footprint.
Absolutely, Hajia. I must thank you. There's quite a lot to look at, but hopefully when you can come to Abuja again, I have you in our studio like we did the last time. I must thank you, Hajia Nimot Muili. She is the chairman of Nigerian Society of Engineers in Ikeja Branch, speaking to us all the way from Lagos. Thank you so much, Hajia, and enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you very much for having me. I sure will. Thank you. Enjoy World Engineering Day, and happy World Engineering Day to all engineering professionals and engineers out there.
All right.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. So we've got a very quick break now. When we come back, Dr. Ahmad Rabiu, who is the Managing Director of Dala Inland Dry Port Nigeria Limited. He's based in Kano. He's also the National Vice President of NASIMA. He'll be joining us to speak to us about the concerns of NASIMA with regard to the ongoing tax reform bill. Don't go away.